Hello everyone and welcome back guys to round 7 of the F2 2019 Mick Schumacher career mode, where today we're here back for the British Grand Prix. Obviously, if you guys are new around here and you do want to see more of the F2 2019 career mode, I would highly recommend getting yourself subscribed to the channel. We're trying to get a little bit closer to 12k subscribers at the moment, obviously, so if you guys can help me get one step closer to that, it would be greatly appreciated. But at the moment though, the title is looking very tight. A four-way fight now as we've crossed over the halfway point of the season. Nick de Vries still on top ahead of Sete Camera, myself, Mick Schumacher, and Giotto all very close behind him though. And that could very easily chop and change in just the case of one Grand Prix weekend. At the moment, as you can probably tell, I'm still not feeling 100%. Hopefully I'm going to try and shake off this cold in the near future. But, you know, today it's all about the F2 career mode. Let's dive straight on into it. It's time for the British Grand Prix, and like always, we'll kick this off with one-shot quali.
And it's time once again for qualifying here at Silverstone, and what we hope will be a well-fought contest for pole position in tomorrow's feature race.
So here we are then, ready for the British Grand Prix qualifying session. I'll be honest, this track I do quite enjoy in the F2 cars. It's always a bit odd in the Formula 1 cars for me. I guess it's just obviously where you've really got to be right on the edge. And I do sometimes struggle with that still on F1 2019. But in the F2 cars, I do find it really good fun. So hopefully that can be a good omen here today. Obviously, if I'm not mistaken, we did take pole last time out back at Austria. So perhaps we could go back-to-back in the F2 career mode there. Take a lot of curve through turn 1. That's not where we need to be. But we got away with it, just about. Braking down in towards turn 2 and 3, down into second gear. Then want to try and just avoid the wheel spin on the exit through this slow speed sector of the track, and then try to get on the power nice and tidily as we head out on to the back straightaway here. You can see Sete Camera currently in the lead as we head down the straight, and we've had a DRS failure, if I'm not mistaken, so that's not going to be very helpful. Down the second DRS straight. It's not going to do too much damage unless it... Oh no, it's lobbed open. Wonderful. That's exactly what we need. That's going to make Maggots and Beckett's very fun, as well as the old turn 1. That's not what I was expecting. Not the best way to kick this off. How are we going to fare through here? Oh my god. It's not as bad as I thought it would be, actually. Hopefully it can give us maybe a bit of an advantage as we head through in towards the final few corners of the lap. I mean, we're trying to be brave. It's hanging on in there just about, but I mean that makes activating the DRS. We're actually up at the moment. Somehow we're clinging on as we head down the back straightaway here. Perhaps it's not really programmed into the F2 cars as much, the DRS. I'm not 100% sure. In towards the final couple of corners though, running a bit wide through there, a bit of a wobble, but could we potentially hold on despite the DRS? Oh no, car breaks away from me. In towards the final few corners, that's going to drop us all the way down the order, isn't it? Oh, that's gutting. Still trying to break away, and we crash over the line. P13. I don't know if that's somewhat respectable with a DRS failure, or what, considering it was
the grid is all
bolted
set for the
open.
race tomorrow, but before we go, let's quickly remind ourselves of our top 3. Which are Sete Camera, de Vries, and Nicholas Latifi. With qualifying complete, all that remains is the main event. We'll be live and uninterrupted for the feature race tomorrow, so make sure you join us then.
To be honest, I think that's actually quite a good sign that we were only a second off the pace, considering how much time we lost in Sector 3. We're up by the end of Sector 2, and although P13, obviously we've lost a couple of points to Sete Camera in the title fight, I think we could be in for a recovery in this race, but it is Sete Camera ahead of de Vries, Latifi, Giotto, Zhou having a very good qualifying in P5 ahead of Jordan King, Hubert, Delatraz, my teammate Galale, and Jack Aitken, who obviously won this Grand Prix in real life, obviously in the sprint race there. And you can see Matsushita, Bocalacci, ourselves, Bolshung, Mazepin, Alesi, Correa, Eilot, Graggy Nathan, and Calderon round out the order there. But I'm honestly going to take that as a positive as we jump into this Grand Prix. It might be a bit of a recovery drive, but let's go for it here at the British Grand Prix.
Welcome to Silverstone, one of the staples of the Formula 2 Championship. It's a firm favourite amongst fans and drivers alike, and we're all keen to see what it has in store for us in today's race. 5 miles out from Towcester, this icon of British motorsport heritage comprises 18 corners over 3.6 miles of circuit. Silverstone has been through several changes over its lifetime, with the start line now leading into Abbey, a fast right-hander for turn 1. But still there, of course, is the circuit's most famous and iconic sequence of corners, starting at Maggots, turn 10. Alongside me today, I'm delighted to welcome back to the commentary box the 2012 GP2 champion, Davide Valsecchi. There looks to be a challenging race ahead of the drivers today, Davide. With that in mind, what are you looking out for today?
Well, Alex, I want to see how the drivers at the back of the grid are going to roll down. They'll need to make an impact in the early stages, and they're probably hoping for a bit of luck at the start. We may see some bold maneuvers out there today.
Let's look at the grid order for today's race while the cars make their final preparations. A fantastic effort from Sergio Sette Camera yesterday puts him on pole position. And P2 goes to Nick de Vries, a strong showing from the Dutch driver. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Latifi, Giotto, Guan Yu Zhou, and King, Hubert, Delatraz, Galeo, Jack Aitken, Matsushita, Boccalacci, Mick Schumacher, and Boschong, Mazepin, Alesi, Correa, and Callum Ilott. Raghunathan and Tatiana Calderon completes the grid. Now it's almost time to lights out, so let's go down to the track.
We are then on the grid ready for the British Grand Prix. And I'll be honest, like I said, I am still quite looking forward to this race despite how rough qualifying did end up going. I am really considering trying to do the alternate strategy here and see if we can gain a little bit of an advantage for it. Try and be a lot quicker in the second half of the Grand Prix. And I think if we can stay in a DRS train, it might just work for us in today's race. We might try and pit one lap earlier, try to take any sort of advantage on the softs that we can. But yeah, starting P13 though, there's progress to be made, I think it's safe to say. If we can try and get ourselves up into the points, obviously we saw at tracks like Catalunya, we almost made that huge recovery drive work. I think Silverstone is not going to be a too difficult track to overtake, but yeah, we'll just jump into it and see what we can do. And here we are then, ready on the grid for the British Grand Prix. The 5 lights are coming on now, foot pretty much to the floor, and it is a lights out and away we go. They're trying to avoid the wheel spin. Obviously we won't get as good a start as the rest of the field there, but it's not been too bad, only losing a couple of places to the Tridents as we head down through turn 1 and turn 2. They got a warning for a collision with Maze Pit. I was never really sure that happened, but okay. We'll gloss over that, and as we head through turn 3 and turn 4, though, we'll try and get back past Bolshoi here, give a bit of a squeeze on the inside, try and get on the power nice and tidily, though. Around the outside as we head out onto the back straight, you're going to use up all that curve, thank you very much. And we will get back around the outside of the Trident car here. Matsushita, the next car up in front. Can we go for a bit of a lunge? No, we think that'll work this time. We've learned our lesson from previous races in this series, as well as the Haas Road to Glory. Cough, Lance Stroll, cough. But Bolshoi gets back up the inside though. Wasn't quite expecting that one from him, but yeah, we just need to try and keep close to the rest of the field here in the early stages of this race. Bolshoi so slow through there, but keeping it between the white lines, so says it all, I think, in this race as we head down in towards Maggots and Beckett's the first time round. The tyres up to temperature, not quite strong, bit of the understeer halfway through. Oh my, that was scary on the exit, but we keep it pointed in the right direction. Lacey might have a bit of a run on us here. He's going to go to the outside. We'll give him a bit of a squeeze as we head down here. Brake pretty much at the 100 boards, running a bit deep into the corner, but we get nicely on the power, using up the track space and a little bit more as best as possible here. Try and not make the same mistake that we made in qualifying. We get a bit of a tidier run through the final couple of corners. Sette Camera leads at the end of lap 1 then. We've lost 1 place, but I think we're doing alright at the moment. We've just got to get these hard compound tyres up into a working range. So look at the run through turn 1 on Bolshoi. That's clearly where we're gaining a lot of time over the AI. Up into P13 again then. So we have now broken even on the opening lap and a bit of this Grand Prix. I will take that, and let's see if we can make some progress on Matsushita. And towards the end of lap 3 though, we've closed at the gap to Matsushita here. He's still in the DRS of Boccalacci, but we definitely have some good pace on these hard compound tyres. Now we've got them up to temperature, heading down in towards the final couple of braking zones of the lap. Can we get past Matsushita as quickly as possible here? I don't want to lose, I want to lose as little time as possible if I've got the pace over these guys, and I definitely feel I do at the moment. It's just that final corner I lose a little bit, just don't quite have the grip that those softs do. Setting another personal best of the race there. We're only a few tenths off. I think it's Sete Camera who set the fastest lap so far, but look at the run through turn 1. Look, just Matsushita so slow on the exit of turn 1 and turn 2 there. We'll try and hang him out to dry. And yeah, being a bit aggressive, but sometimes you've got to be. And we now have made up places in this race. We're now up into P12. And hopefully, obviously, I'm still just relying on the second half of the race having all the progress for us. But if we can make a bit in the first half, I will take it. Can we close it to Boccalacci as well here as we head down through sector 2? We're definitely not losing out much on these hard compound tyres, but I do feel that we have a little bit, we got those extra couple of tenths in the pocket over most people in the field. Whether we're going to be able to, use that against Sete Camera and Nick de Vries, and obviously all those guys right towards the front of the field, but I feel, yeah, against the mid-pack, obviously we just need to try and get past these guys, and we've got that pace advantage over them as we close up on Boccalacci here. Could we potentially open up a bit of a run out onto the hangar straight? Come on. Just dipping a wheel out on the grass, and yeah, that's pretty much just going to ruin any shot, unfortunately, as we head down the back straightaway here. See, we get, we're not really gaining anything. We've just got a little bit more through the corners of these guys at the moment, and that's, you can see where we're gaining as we head a little bit wide, getting very loose through the final couple of corners. Is it only going to be through turn 1 we can make any sort of progress over the AI? I feel it's starting to look that way at the moment, and that's only if we can keep it close enough through the final couple of corners. There's still just that back end squirming around as much as it can. Downshifting back into 5th gear, give us that run, give us that turn in. That's exactly what I'm on about. Look at that. AI just don't seem to want to defend it, so we will capitalise every single time. Thank you very much. Boccalacci, please don't keep the nose in. We're going to have to give him the room. But, we're now up into P11. Is Boccalacci going to be able to get back past us, though, after that small mistake? I don't think so. No, he's going defensive on Matsushita. Next up, though, my teammate Sean Galeo. Turn 1, can we do what we've done every single other overtake we've made so far this Grand Prix on my teammate Galeo? Hopefully he doesn't fight it too much. And yeah, we slot ourselves up inside the top 10 now. So every place after this, we're actually going to be trying to get some points worth out of it. Unfortunately, it's not Galeo out of points, but maybe if someone else makes a bit of a mistake, we'll try and open him up a chance to sneak back inside the top 10 as well here. The team's starting to think about maybe pitting us a bit early. Not too sure that's going to be the right way to go. Obviously, we definitely don't want to pit late. Obviously, we want to try and use up the best of those soft compound tyres here, but we need to try and keep the hards in good check as well. And I don't think they're struggling at the moment. You can see only about 20% wear on the rears, so that's completely drivable. But yeah, through on turn 1, we've got a good run on Aitken. Could we make an overtake somewhere else in this Grand Prix? No, we can't. Don't really fancy trying to just keep the nose in there, I'll be honest. Potentially open up a run on the exit though. We've tried it a couple of times so far. Hasn't worked out for us, and like, yeah, it's not going to work out again. Everyone though at the moment is just in this train behind Jordan King. And then there's actually quite a little bit of open air just in front. I'm pretty certain the top 4 are, everyone else inside the top 5 of the title, excluding myself. And Jordan King, as well as a few of the other AI, I'm going to dive into the pits. We'll take the move, okay? I wasn't... Aitken, in all honesty, broke earlier than I was expecting, so somehow we keep that all in one piece. I guess we'll take it. Yeah, remember to P5 of the Grand Prix. Hubert's opened up some room for himself. That was not quite the move I was going for, in all honesty, but we'll take it. And yeah, we'll try and stay out. This lap, maybe one more on these hards. We'll see what the pace is like. But obviously we just don't want them to have any advantage over me for as little period as possible, because every lap these guys are back out on track, and we're staying out. Obviously, they've got a huge tyre advantage over us as well. So, yeah, we might, if we can get past Hubert this lap, then I might consider diving it in. But otherwise, we might just try and take a free pit lane. You know, just an empty pit lane, and not have to worry about potentially getting held and everything like that. But we are making big inroads on Hubert, so clearly, you know, this is going to be the short period where the hards do have a bit of advantage over the guys still out on a set of the soft compound tyres. Look how slow Hubert's going through there. We can potentially make something work of it. No, again, come on, mate, get on with it. As we head in towards the final sector. Come on, that's got to be the drive that we need. Yes! Hubert's got no DRS to defend with, obviously, as well. Just don't bother fighting it, mate. There's no point. Just give it up. Around the outside we go, in towards the final few corners. And yes, we've made it work this time round. I'm sure everyone else now is going to dive it into the pits. We're going to stay out one more. And then, hopefully, this will be where our race becomes good. Hopefully we won't lose out too much on these couple of laps. We should as well. I'll be very disappointed if we don't take the fastest lap point. We almost set the fastest lap there. In fact, I think the fastest lap of the Grand Prix is only a 43.3, so we must have been, yeah, really close. But, yeah, let's just try and keep this lap clean but quick. In towards the final few corners, and what a lap it's been. Purple in Sector 1, green in Sector 2, but, I mean, we've got a huge, huge advantage over the AI at the moment, obviously. Can we make sure we get it slowed down nice and tidily into the pit lane, though? Oh, just about. Oh, that was close. We will take it, though. Where are we going to come out in this Grand Prix? How much progress will we need to make with what should hopefully be a huge, huge advantage over the rest of the field there? Come on, Kramer. Give us a good stop. Give us a good stop. This is what we need. We are still, I personally believe, within a shot of the race victory here, but we just need a nice, tidy pit stop. And the tyres done nicely. So 6.1. Is that any good? I can't remember what F2 pit stop times are meant to be like. I didn't want to commit too early to it. De Vries, Sete Camera, and Giotto, Latifi are all going to get past me. Giotto probably with as well. As we head out of the pit lane, though. Have we made an overcut work over a couple of people? Jordan King, side by side on the exit of the pit lane. We're going to have to go full send, aren't we? We'll go for it. A little bit of contact there as King tried to turn in, but we've overcut that whole train of cars. And we're now up into P5. Giotto is right there. We are in with a shot of this victory, I think. If we can keep the progress and the pace quick, we are definitely within a shot of this. I mean, the top guys are only a few seconds up the road, about, what, 4 or 5 seconds? And we got 6 laps to do it. Let's do this thing. Have that Giotto in one sector here as we head down in towards the final couple of braking zones of the lap. Surely Giotto's going to have nothing to fight with, surely. He might try something, but there's not going to be much he can do. Up the inside, he's going to keep the nose in, but we'll get around the outside through the final corner. And yeah, the grip we've got on this set of softs over the AI on the hards, they're surely just not going to have anything to be able to defend with. Latifi, 3 seconds up the road. Hopefully that gap's going to come down really quickly. End of Sector 1, we've already taken a second out of them. Yeah, there's surely, obviously, unless it gets really late in the race and these softs do go off, we just need to try and get past these guys and build an advantage. There is not going to be much they can do to defend. In towards the final few corners of the lap, you can see 3 seconds has evaporated to the top 3 here through the final corner. Surely it's just going to be a case of picking our way through. We set a 41.7. 2.5 seconds quicker than anyone else has gone in this race. I don't think anyone's going to be taking that fastest lap point away from me. Ran the outside of Latifi through turn 1 there, and yeah, that was... It was like he wasn't even there, to be honest. Through turn 2, well, turn 3 and turn 4 even, I should say. Can we get the power down and potentially jump Sete Camera here as well? We've still got 4 more laps. It's not even like it's come down right to the dying seconds of this race. Slowing fast out. And to take a bit of a late apex. Just look at the extra grip we've got. trying to get the power a little bit early, but that's okay. Sete Camera is obviously still in the slipstream into freeze, but as we head down in towards Old Turn 1, yeah, look at the run. Not even used at the same track width as Sete Camera there. He's clearly not happy about it. We're going to keep the nose in this time. If you're going to be like that about it, mate, we may as well hang you out to dry. Run to P2. All left to defend is Nick de Vries. Let's get him. Out into the DRS. Slipstream, everything like that. De Vries, he's not even going to try and defend it. Easy. And, well, the alternate strategy, I'll be honest, after the first couple of laps, I was a bit unsure after we were struggling to make progress, whether it was even going to be worth it in this race. But as we head through the final couple of corners of lap 11, we've got 4 laps to go, and hopefully we can just enjoy it to the end. I mean, we've pulled out 8.6 over Galeo. Jeff's just coming with the radio. I don't know if you guys can hear it. In the space of, well, like 4 laps? Obviously over the pit stop window, 4 or 5 laps. As long as we get de Vries out of the DRS pretty quickly. Which I don't think it's even going to be worth it now for him. Yellow flag's out for some reason. It seems to be Nicholas Latifi is out of the Grand Prix there. Not too sure what's happened to him. I'm guessing that's a simple mechanical failure. And that'll be heartbreaking for him in the championship. However, I'm also getting very, very worried we're going to have some issues, because if you look at that front left tyre, it got a lot more wear than I was expecting it to. The softs clearly just melt around this circuit, so we're trying to nurse it home at the moment. De Vries and Giotto now second and third in the race, and that would have been ideal for me for the TV. I got third. Stop people like Sete Camera and Giotto scoring as much. Sete Camera even, I should say, that seemed to have dropped off the top group as well. He's way down into the mid-pack now, so no idea what's happened to him, but it's all kicking off in the final couple of minutes of this British Grand Prix here. Can we nurse this tyre? 85%. We are very much into puncture territory. Nick de Vries is starting to close back in again. We just need to try and hold on at the moment. A couple of these big corners are where it's definitely more likely to go. Come on. We're just nursing it home. We can't have made this strategy call and it not work out in the end. Through here, just keep it nice and tidy. How much has de Vries gained? Come on, we need to keep him out of DRS. I think he will still be at the moment. Oh, 90% near enough. Surely that tyres could go at any second in this race. We've got just 4 corners to go here at Silverstone, and we're just trying to bring it home. This has not been the way I was expecting this Grand Prix to end. In all honesty, I thought we were just going to have a nice, quiet final 4 laps, but in towards the final chicane. Hopefully, come on, you just got a few hundred more metres to go. Understeering massively out of the final corner, but down towards the line. It's 13th to 1st here at Silverstone, and that tyre, I don't think that definitely didn't have enough lap in it.
Here's our winner, pulling their Prema into Parc Ferme then. What a fantastic race. And Davide Valsecchi, give me your thoughts. How did they accomplish this result?
This is why I love this sport. Their car dominated the track today. You could tell they went in full of confidence, with a clear strategy in place. They displays excellent knowledge of the track and made it count when it comes to some of those more tricky corners, allowing them to make huge gains on some of the less confident runners. I guarantee the fans will certainly be talking about today for a long time to come.
It looks like it's time for the victory ceremony once again, as I can see the drivers beginning to make their way out for the celebrations. You can see it on their faces. It's another marvellous team win for Prema today. And now, let's take a look at the driver's standings. Now then, Davide Valsecchi, who would you say was your driver of the day?
It's got to be Mick Schumacher. He attacked all race long. He was amazing.
And now a look at the team standings. It was a tough race for our championship leaders, who lose ground at the top of the table. After all this drama, you'll be mad not to join us for the next race. We hope to see you then. Take care.
So there we are then, guys, the end to the British Grand Prix feature race here in the Mick Schumacher career mode. And 13th to 1st, that alternate strategy really did pay off in the end, but only just. Nick de Vries 7/10 back at the line there, but with the fastest lap points as well, a 9-point advantage we take from that race there. Giotto in third, the consistency king at the moment in this championship. They're obviously picking up more good points for Virtuosi there. Jordan King in fourth ahead of Delatraz. My teammate Galale did sneak up into the points in the end there and actually got some good points on the board, and obviously he'll be starting third in tomorrow's sprint race as well there. Jack Aitken in seventh there, he'll be starting in second, and then Hubert will be on the pole for the sprint race with Matsushita and Boccalacci rounding out the top 10 there. Sette Camera, neither dams scoring points in this Grand Prix. You know, they were very much firm favourites in the Constructors not too long ago, but they've been losing out points left, right and centre in the last couple of weeks then. No idea what's happened to them. Ahead of Alesi, both Sauber, team by Charoux, of Correa and Ilott, 13th and 14th there. Bolshung, Mazepin, Raghunathan, Calderon, Zhou and Latifi, the only man not to make it through to the end of that Grand Prix. In terms of the standings though, we're now up to second, 9 points behind Nick de Vries there. Giotto up into third there, Sette Camera dropping down to fourth. Jordan King up into fifth place there. He's had quite an underrated season so far in this series, jumping past Latifi there, with Delatraz jumping past Hubert as well. Aitken up in 9th there with my teammate Galale still in 10th, ahead of Zhou, Matsushita, Correa, Bolshung, with Boccalacci, Mazepin, and then obviously Calderon, Alesi, Raghunathan, and Ilott still the only people left to score in the series there. In terms of the Constructors' Championship, we are making big gains on dams at the moment. They're 23 back from the what looked, like I said, to be the team that would dominate the Constructors' Championship there. Virtuosi and ART now tied in P3 and P4. They're ahead of Carlin, MP Motorsport, Arden, Campos, Charoux and Trident round out the teams there at the end of the day. But thank you all so much for watching this video. That was definitely a race we needed, but obviously we'll be starting a little bit further down the order tomorrow's sprint race as well there, but it didn't do us too much damage today, so we'll be back here tomorrow for the second race of the weekend. We will be back for the F2 sprint race.